One fight, I got a suspicion one of them is going to be a return grudge match with Randy Savage and Lanny Poffo going against Rick Morton and Robert Gibson, the Rock and Roll Express. I know that's going to be a fight, and I got a suspicion that maybe that Southern heavyweight title match may turn into a little brawl too, because Rick Rude with Angel and Hart over in his corner is going to be defending against Tommy Wildfire Rich, and Tommy Rich has been known, if the occasion calls for it, to get down and really get it on in that fighting department, Tommy.
That's exactly right, Lance. Thank you very much for the compliments. First of all, I'd like to say hi to all the pretty young ladies and the rest of the wrestling fans there in Louisville that's got behind Eddie Gilbert and myself. And I'd also like to say this is a first. You know, since we've been back in the area, hadn't got to have no title shots.
That's right.
Well, this is the first time Louisville, Kentucky, Tommy Rich against Big Boy, Rick Rude, Pretty Boy, whatever you want to call yourself, Rude. You go ahead and talk all of your bull. But what I'm saying, when I come to Louisville, Kentucky, just like I said, it's been a heck of a town for Tommy Rich. So I'm coming. You've got the muscles. You've got it all, brother. You just keep thinking that and keep that Southern heavyweight title till Tuesday night, because when I get there, I'm going to be sitting right on ready. I might be out to the match up there drinking some beer with one of them men drinking that beer up there in the crowd, because what I plan on doing, you can have Jimmy Hart, you can have the Angel. Tommy Rich has been all over the country, and I've fought a hell of a lot better man than you, Rude. So what I'm saying is, Tuesday night, Louisville, Kentucky. It's the first time since I've been back in the area that I've been in a single match, and I'm coming to TCB. Take care of business. So, Rude, bring Angel, bring Hart, bring everything you got to bring, because just like I said, all I need is all them people behind Tommy Rich, and we're talking about defeat in the worst way. Rude, be ready, because you done overlooked the wrong one, because I'm coming to TCB, brother.
You can't talk that man away, friend. You're going to have to fight him away. Tommy Rich going after Rick Rude, Tuesday night, Louisville Gardens. That destroy, that's got to be it. 1, 2, 3, and that, friend, was it. He can count. Oh, yeah, back Channel 3's Championship Wrestling. By golly, we got a great show coming up today, and we're going to get to it in just 1 second. I got to take time out right now. In a moment, I'm going to give you the entire card coming up at the Louisville Garden. I got to tell you, it is just full of dynamite. That's all there is to it. One match, Jimmy Hart, King Kong Bundy, coming in to talk about a $10,000 challenge match with Jerry the King Lawler. I can't believe it.
I believe the newest member of the First Family has something he wants to tell you.
I sure do. That's right, Jimmy. $10,000, Jerry Lawler. That's what it took to get you in the ring. You know, I came down here to the, whatever they call it, the Mid-South area, whatever you want to call it, to get a match with you, Lawler, when I was that close to a world title shot. And with your stooge paid off referees and with the help of a steel chair, that's where you got a victory over King Kong Bundy. Well, don't ever forget it, Lawler, because you're never going to see another one. I tried everywhere, all over the world, even right here in your own hometown, to get a match with you, a rematch, and I couldn't get it. So finally I called the man, the head of the family, Jimmy Hart. I said, Jimmy, how can I get this weasel back in the ring to fight me like a man? And Jimmy had the answer.
Money, 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 baby. I told him, I said, that's what Lawler loves, is money. So what we did, we came up with a $10,000 challenge match, and here's how it works, baby. If Lawler can stay in the ring with this man for 1 minute, you get $1,000. If you go 2, Lawler, you get $2,000. If you can go 5, you get $5 grand, baby. But I promise you this, there is no way you're going to go a minute with this man.
That's right, Lawler. You heard that? Not 1 minute. I want everybody to think about it. When have you seen your king put down in 1 minute? Well, you're going to see it.
I haven't ever seen it, and I'll tell you this, I got to be at Louisville Gardens to see if this 460-pound giant can do it. Can you believe that? $10,000 for one 10-minute match the King, Jerry Lawler, can make that night, and Jimmy Hart is smiling about it. Hey, that's not all the action. Let me tell you what, we got plenty of it more to go, and I'll be telling you about that when we come back with more of that big action for you on Channel 3's Championship Wrestling in just a moment.
Matt, and you'll see Rick Morton start over to keep, there's Robertson as he starts in. Morton keeps him out with a little drop kick while the count is falling over there. And Robert Gibson had the 3 count, the win for Rock and Roll. The time on it again, 2 minutes, 10 seconds of the action. And here comes Lance in right now. I'm going to turn the mic over to him, and he has someone very large that he's going to be talking to.
Okay, let me pick this one up, Dave. I'm sorry. I don't know whether I will or not. Let me borrow your mic if I may, please. Thank you. Okay, guy I want to bring in here right now, I think a lot of the Folks know already, certainly in the USFL cities, they know him, Big Ron Mikolajczyk, who is offensive tackle for the Memphis Showboats. Ron, welcome back, partner. And I think for those who may not know, you have had a wrestling career in the past. Of course, you played with the New York Giants in football, and you are now phasing back an off-season into wrestling, not full-time. And I got to tell you, I'm impressed. You had a single match for your opener, and you're kind of a little nervous, and you came back with a tag match with Eddie Gilbert, and by golly, you're looking great.
Well, thank you very much. I was really lucky to have a good match last week, and what I was equally lucky is to have Eddie Gilbert as a partner, and it made everything a lot easier. And he's teamed up with me again this week, and hopefully we'll have another fine match.
You look like you're feeling more at home in the wrestling ring now, and things seem to be falling into place for you.
Well, it's a little bit different in football, like I said before, but I'm starting to feel a lot better out there, and I'm really enjoying it now.
Listen, I want to put you on a spot here for just a second and jump back to the football world. Of course, this is being taped prior to the big championship game coming up between Arizona and Philadelphia. And how do you see it? That's the big USFL championship with Philadelphia and Arizona going on. How do you see it?
Well, Arizona used to be the old Chicago team, and they transferred over there.
Boy, what a transition.
Unbelievable.
Allen's made, huh?
They had a slow start, but they really came on strong. Yeah. Philadelphia is a good team, and I was very fortunate to play against both teams, both here with the Bandits and also here with the Showboats. And I tell you, I really have to give the edge to Philadelphia. They got too much offense. Too much offense.
I tell you, speaking of offense, this guy's got a lot of it, too. Ron, we're delighted to have you around. We hope maybe you'll make it a place to be around with us throughout the entire offseason, okay?
I love it here, and I love Memphis.
Okay. Ron Mikolajczyk, a dandy of a guy, and I want to tell you, some whale of a football player, too. We're going to be back in action here in just a moment.
Something, chump. Get out here! I am sick to my stomach about this Mikolajczyk, this second-rate has-been football player from a second-rate minor league football team called the Memphis Showboats. It makes me sick to my stomach that this guy could come out here and shoot off his big mouth and brag about him being a professional football player. What really burns me up now, Jimmy, he says he's a professional wrestler. Hey, baby, you're no wrestler, chump. You're a joke. You're a has-been. The Memphis Showboats are a joke. They're a has-been. They're a minor league football team. Make way for the big boys, Mikolajczyk. The minor league season is over. Make way for the NFL and the Oakland Raiders, baby. You know, I realize that this isn't a gridiron here, but boy, I'd love to get him out here one-on-one in the ring. I know I got a match with Pork Chop Cash.
That's
Wouldn't
right.
it be great, though? What?
That's right. You got a match coming up with Pork Chop Cash out here.
Well, what about we bring this big chump Mikolajczyk? He's got the guts to come out here and face me in the ring. Are you trying to protect him or something?
No, I'm not trying to protect him. He doesn't need any protection from anyone.
He needs lots of protection. I just like to face him in the ring one-on-one here, just like on AstroTurf, nose to nose, man to man. But I know he hasn't got the guts. Right, Jimmy? He's chicken, and you're trying to cover up for him.
As an
well, that's all right.
He does the protection. He protects quarterbacks.
As an offensive tackle, he means nothing to me, man. I was a nose guard and a defensive tackle for the Oakland Raiders and the Dallas Cowboys.
Don't get into this now, Rob. We don't have to listen to anything. This guy's just sitting here putting out conversation is all.
I played 6 years in the NFL. It's my 11th year of professional football. And if you think I'll let some bozo like you start running your mouth, baby, you got something coming.
Okay. Hey. We don't need the arguments in here.
I'm a has-been. I tell you what, you want to block a contest, bozo? Go inside there. Quit running your mouth and do something for a change.
We got
I've got a match. I'd like to get in the ring with you, Mikulojek. There's nothing better than I'd love to do that, baby. But I got a match with Pork Chop Cash. Right now.
I realize
I got a match with Pork Chop Cash.
he's standing up there. That's the only thing I could say. He's inside the ring. That's where you were trying to get him, and he's up there right now. What's going to happen with that, Jimmy? He's just standing there.
He's got a match scheduled with Pork Chop Cash. I guess you want to rearrange the TV show, huh?
Oh, I see. The whole tune's changed now.
You think you're so smart? Well, I'll show you what I'll do, chump.
Ooh, stand by for this, Dave. Pork Chop.
Pork Chop out of the ring. He ain't going to fight
He's
too,
getting
man.
out of the ring right
I
now.
don't like it right there.
Hey, what is this with a helmet?
Come on,
Hey, come on, man. What's with a helmet?
what's with the helmet, man?
Oh, Ron doesn't have a helmet.
Well, he's a Pollock. He don't have to have a helmet on. You know how thick his head is.
Oh, that looks like about something. Well, this first time we've ever had anything. Oh, he pulled it off.
Helmet off.
Okay.
What are you gonna say now,
Okay.
Come on, what are you
with
going to say
that.
now, baby?
All right, on the left, you're looking at Jim Neidhart, formerly of the Oakland Raiders and the Dallas Cowboys. Ron Mikulajczyk of the Memphis Showboat, offensive tackle against the defense. Look at here we are. Oh! Hey! Way to go, Ron.
It's offsides. Offsides, baby. He jumped the gun. He jumped the gun. Offsides. Mikulajczyk jumped the gun right there.
You're hearing that? Offside.
Offsides, baby.
Jimmy, I will give you credit for one thing. You think up the greatest excuses and reasons anybody in the world. As far as I saw, he put him down.
He had him down, no doubt.
Yeah, we're doing it
You
again.
gonna do it again?
Let's get a close-up on the camera.
Okay.
Close-up of that.
Ron on the right. Jim Neidhart on the left. They're set and ready. And once again. All right.
That's what he gets hit
Well, that's
offsides,
typical
man.
of what you do. Come on. Fair and square, he gets up there, and then Neidhart grabs the helmet. Here comes Waller. And Rude. Rude. And Neidhart goes back and catches Ron. He was getting up. Rude going after Lawler, cutting from behind. Rude holding on to Lawler. Hart with a helmet. Slams down on. Hey, Eddie, can we get something? This is terrible. A decent sporting proposition with Mikulajczyk and Neidhart. Here comes the new generation. You ought to get them out of here. That's disgraceful.
That right there is a $1,000 fine on the new generation and Lawler for hitting the ring, baby.
Don't forget Rick Rude, too.
Don't forget Jimmy Hart. He was the first one in there.
Yeah, he's the first one that jumped in there. You're right. Boy, I tell you, you try to have a halfway decent sporting contest, and with guys like Hart and that crew that he gets around him, like Neidhart and Rick Rude and all of them, there is no way in the world. Ron Mikulajczyk flat knocked him back twice. Now, there was no two ways about it. I don't care whether there was any offsides to it or whatever he's talking about. It never happened. He just nailed him and knocked him back twice. We're going to take time out. We'll be back in just a moment. An awful long time before that ever happens. We've got big action coming up with the new generation a little later, and we'll be to it in a moment.
stop working, the sparks really start to fly.
In the title picture in wrestling when Tommy Wildfire Rich going back into the singles spotlight to face the international heavyweight champion, Mr. Ito, for that crown. And I don't really consider it an upset because Tommy has been a world-class single wrestler for years, and he went in there and beat Ito. I think the interesting thing is the guy that really taught him how to wrestle from the very beginning, Tojo Yamamoto, was back in his corner. I want you to watch this with Ito. Ito off the second rope. And as he fell after Rich, no such luck. Tommy out of the way. Here comes Yamamoto up on the ring apron as Hart has jumped up across the ring. Yamamoto on the ring apron, and as Jimmy comes through, Yamamoto comes through. I don't know whether we're going to have a disqualification. Hart comes back, nails Rich in the back of the neck with a flagpole. Ito counts 2, and Tommy beat it by a hair. Just barely beat that count. Backdrop, and Ito goes down. Tommy Rich, who was that close. Hart was sold as he got in the ring, fired it on Tommy Rich. There's a cover. 1, 2, and Rich kicks out again. Hart is saying, what do I have to do to get a 3 count? Rich over in the corner as Ito goes for the throat. Yamamoto putting his nickels worth in. Here comes Ito. Rich back to his feet. Fires salt right in the eyes of Ito. Covers him with a flying press. 1, 2, 3, and we have a new champion. Title holder is Tommy Rich. Defeats Mr. Ito. Tojo was the instrument. Tojo was the instrument.
In the ring right now, the new generation.
Oh, Jimmy, have I got enough trouble with you today? We're out here. Let me tell you something, Russell. I'm going to make this short and sweet. You know, all week long I have had to live with a picture of that film. I've been watching that VCR all week long. Let me ask you something. Where is any justice? Eddie Martin, if he's not asleep in the back on that couch in the back, he had to see the VCR of that film right there. He knew that Tojo Yamamoto threw salt, gave salt to Tommy Rich and threw it in his eyes. Am I not right or wrong? Now, why didn't he come out here and reverse the decision? I'll tell you why. Because he is prejudiced against Jimmy Hart, just like everybody is. Well, let me tell you something, Pally. I am sick and tired of being shoved around. You know, 5 or 6 weeks ago, I was flying off to different parts of the areas, different parts of the country, doing a lot of wrestling. And people probably thought, well, what's Jimmy Hart done? Has he left here? Has he gotten soft-hearted? He's not going to be back here anymore. Well, let me tell you what, baby. Nobody will ever run me away from this area. This is my backyard. Tojo, you listen to me, pal. You listen to me now, and you listen to me good. I am not going to let somebody come in here. I hate old clothes. I hate old cars. bears and I eat old people, man. And I'll promise you this, Tojo, I'm going to get rid of you once and for all. This is 1984, not 1954, baby. He tried to humiliate me. The people have come in here and tried to run me off, and I've overcome it. Danny Davis had the Bombers, but he's gone. I'm the mentor to Jimmy Cornette and them, but he's gone now. Sonny King had teams, and they're gone. Well, baby, nobody gets rid of Jimmy Hart, and nobody comes in here and tries to run this show, baby, but me. You understand that? We're going to hurt you, Tojo. We're going to hurt you, and we're going to hurt you bad, pal. Now, let me say something to these two guys up here right now. I want you to listen to me because you're young and you are dumb, and I'm going to give you the opportunity of a lifetime. One chance and one chance only. If you want to step out of that ring, boys, step out of that ring right now and go back to my dressing room and sit down, and I'll talk to you when this match is over because we're going to kill this guy up here. Then I might give you a chance to join the first family if you want that. If you decide to stay with Tojo, then I'm telling you right now, and I mean what I'm telling you. I mean what I say right here today. I mean it, boy. I mean it. Then we're going to hurt both of you, or maybe one of you, or all three of you today. Now, it's your decision. You've got 1 second. 1 second. Okay, you want to stay with him? Okay, that's good. Tojo, today is going to be the biggest mistake and day of your life. Bart Batten and Will Hoyt, I wouldn't be in your shoes for $1 million because I'm fixing to unleash these guys on you right now. I am responsible for this man when he came from Japan, Maso Ito. You know what you are, Tojo? You Ichibano Kama boy, baby. Ichibano Kama boy.
Hi, Wayne Prickey. We're live this afternoon at Montgomery Chevrolet on Preston Highway. Stay tuned following wrestling for an old-fashioned come-on-down theater. We're going to have a good time this afternoon with $3 million worth of inventory in cars. We have free balloons for kids, free caps. We have free Pepsi and hot dogs. And we'll give you a free telephone if you test drive a car here at Montgomery Chevrolet.
Step out of that ring, boys. Step out of that ring right now and go back to my dressing room and sit down, and I'll talk to you when this match is over because we're going to kill this guy up here. Then I might give you a chance to join the first family if you want that. If you decide to stay with Tojo, then I'm telling you right now, and I mean what I'm telling you. I mean what I say right here today. I mean it, boy. I mean it. Then we're going to hurt both of you, or maybe one of you, or all three of you today. Now, it's your decision. You've got 1 second. 1 second. Okay, you want to stay with him? Okay, that's good. Tojo, today is going to be the biggest mistake and day of your life. Bart Batten and Will Hoyt, I wouldn't be in your shoes for $1 million because I'm fixing to unleash these guys on you right now. I am responsible for this man when he came from Japan, Maso Ito. You know what you are, Tojo? You Ichibano Kama boy, baby. Ichibano Kama boy. I am responsible for him. Ito, I want you to get mad, baby.
Jimmy.
I want you to get mad. I want you to get mad, Ito. Are you mad? Animal. I want you to get mad. We're going to kill him. You understand what I'm saying?
Get out of here, Jimmy. You are insane. I wonder about you sometimes. Now I know. I'm telling you, I don't think you scared anybody except just making this guy, he's lost. He loses the international heavyweight title. You have lost part of it. I'm telling you.
We are underway. Expiration of time. Johnny Wilhoit, Mark Batten, the new generation. That's Johnny Wilhoit in there now. And he's in there against Ito. Ito's partner, the Animal, back in the corner. Ito with a hip toss. Tag made on the Animal. The Animal going after Johnny Wilhoit. Jimmy Hart over in the corner of the Animal and Ito trying to work him into a frenzy before the match, before the bell sounded for the match. Tojo Yamamoto and the new generation were listening to all of the conversation, watching all of that. And Tojo, I saw him telling the new generation, look, don't let them sidetrack.
Baby, I've had a lot eaten on me this past week. The towns I go to, people with the signs hard as a wimp because of Lawler and these freaks like that. I'm telling you, you're going to see a new Jimmy Hart from now on. I'm going to get my nose into everything I can stick my nose into. And before it's over, we're going to have every belt in this territory. You understand what I'm saying?
I hear that.
And today's the start of it. Like I said, baby, these kids are going to be hurt. Tojo's going to be hurt. I'm going to get rid of them once and for all. Nobody comes in my backyard, man.
Well, they've already got one of your titles out of the first family. Big Animal drops down with a leg. Boom on Johnny Wilhoit.
Wilhoit being choked by the Animal.
I was looking at Tojo over here around the ringside. He was coming over and cleaned Jimmy's plow, and Jimmy did the smart thing. He turned around and ran.
Come on, baby. Say, hey, let me tell you something, pal. I'm not scared of anything or anybody. There's no fool like an old fool. This is 1984, Tojo, not 1954. And I'm going to make you regret the day you ever came back to this area with Jimmy Hart. You understand that?
Ito goes for the eyes. He doesn't try to wrestle. He's just raking him across the eyes. Johnny Wilhoit. Woo.
Wilhoit really taking a beating early in the match here. The match is just a little over 2 minutes old. Wilhoit's been in there all the way, and the animal just biting him on the forehead or something like that. Had him back up on the ropes anyway. Wilhoit now on the top rope. Jimmy Hart kneels him from outside. Ito snaps his neck, and the animal comes after him with a boot.
Yamamoto getting stirred up over there, Dave. He looks like he's ready to make it 3-on-2 or 3-on-3 is the case because Hart out here.
That's Ito. Picks Wilhoit up by the hair, chops him. Masahito from Osaka, Japan. And Jimmy Hart, look at Hart. Tojo round, got within about 4 feet of Hart, and Hart turned on the afterburner and left. And back at ringside, Ito. Still working on Johnny Wilhoit.
How do you like that, Russell? What do you think? What's about a wheelchair? Tojo's wheelchair not working for him.
New Generation gets the tag. Mark Batten comes in after both of them. Batten nailing first the animal, then Ito. The animal out of there, just Ito and Batten. Whoa, Batten came in too quick.
Yep, sure did.
Boy, that's just what they wanted, was an opportunity. And they've got it now as Ito immediately leaped on Mark Batten. The animal working from outside. Hart threw off his white jacket.
They had hurt Johnny Wilhoit. He's back up on the ring apron, Dave, but he's certainly not any full power. And look at Hart over here.
Boy, Hart really inserting himself in this match. The referee's attention's diverted across the way. Many cases in this match, it's been 3 against 1. Either Hart, Ito, and Animal against Wilhoit, or in this case, Batten. Mark Batten in the ring. Tag has been made. Masahito goes out. Animal comes in. There's a choke. Referee gets that stop, at least temporarily. Haven't seen a wrestling move, I don't believe, out of this corner over here yet.
Not one single wrestling move out of it. And how you can even call these guys wrestling.
Let me tell you something. Like I said, baby, if I'm lying, I'm done. I'm sick and tired of being pushed around. I'm sick and tired of people thinking they can run Jimmy Hart around here. You can forget it. Look at the people. The people are stunned. Look at them, baby. Why don't you play your music? You know, their song is right. Let's hear it for the boys, because that's all they are, baby. It's boys. That's all, baby.
Yeah. Jimmy bonkers today. I mean, he is really, you know, he got Ito in. He pretended like he was not a manager of Ito. I don't care what he says. He dressed up in that costume in there and double deal Austin Idol. Then they turn around and lose the belt. And I think it's more than Jimmy's mind could comprehend. Batten in the air, slammed down. Tojo and Hart over on the side of the ring, while Ito and the Animal really busting away on Mark Batten. This is an expiration of time match. Our time running down as we still have some left. And it has been a marathon of rule violations by Ito and the Animal. Right now, a chokehold. The referee finally got broken.
Mark Batten has been in there for a long, long time. They kept Johnny Wilhoit in for almost 3 minutes. Now Batten has been in for longer than that. Wilhoit has been watching from the corner. He's thrown into the ropes, over the rope, and the referee, yes, sir. Referee rules that a throw over the ropes. That's exactly what it was. And a disqualification on the Animal and Ito. Tojo Yamamoto, after the match ends, jumps into the ring. He's been watching all of this, and he starts firing the chops at Ito and the Animal. Jimmy Hart not in the ring. Jimmy Hart hanging back down here by ringside, but Tojo is really working on his team.
Both of the new generation are out of it. Johnny Wilhoit was fired over the top rope, and Mark Batten is in bad shape. He was brutalized by Ito and the Animal. Wilhoit limping around as Tojo fortunately jumped in the ring and unloaded on him. Johnny coming around, he hurt his hip or his leg or something, but Mark Batten, goodness, I don't know what happened to him. He really was brutalized by Ito and by the Animal for the length of time that he was in there. As Dave indicated, he was in there 4 or 5 minutes or so with them just pounding on him, and he is bleeding at the mouth, Dave. I don't know exactly what the cause, but they're going to get him out. Tojo and Johnny trying to get him out with the help of the referee, as Mark Batten in bad shape. That is the first fall of the expiration of time match. I tell you what, let's take a break right here, and as they carry Mark out of here, we're going to take time out and we'll be back.
Stars War 84 coming up. Louisville Gardens, and we're going to be talking to Jerry and Ron. Before we talk to you guys, I want you to take a listen to Rude and Neidhart and what they had to say about your match.
All right.
Jerry Lawler, there's a very old line. It goes like this. It goes, you can run, but you can't hide. You know, I was almost considering leaving you slide, Jerry Lawler, but when you run in and you mess with my buddy, you mess with me, you reopen an old wound, Jerry Lawler, and you're going to be the one to feel all the pain.
Mikulojek, you're nothing but a second-rate Bush League football player from a minor league. Yeah, you got a couple of cheap shots in on me, baby. But in Louisville, Kentucky, I'm gonna teach you a lesson of just what the NFL is all about, baby. You and me, Jack, and you stick your nose in the wrong place, Lawler, and you're gonna get some of this too.
Well, there it is. What do you think of that?
Well, I think that Neidhart's laughing now, but you're not going to be laughing. You like to use your helmet on people. Well, Ron's got one too, and he's going to bring it down there, brother. We're going to put you down once and for all. As for you, Rick Rude, you've been running your mouth about how bad you want me. But every time I get in the ring with you, brother, you run like the coward dog that you are. Well, you're not going to be able to run tonight, because I'm going to catch you, and I'm going to put something on you that Ajax won't take off. Now, I done knocked your old lady's lights out, and I'm going to do the same thing to you. What about Neidhart, Ron?
Punk Neidhart, I played in the NFL for 6 years. I'm proud of it. I play in the USFL now, and I'm very proud of that. Buddy, you're the washed-up punk. You're the nobody, and you're the coward. Baby, just be ready at that match, because I'll be ready and looking for you.
I'm ready for it. It's not going to be a wrestling match, Lance. He doesn't claim to be a great wrestler. He is a great fighter, and that's what I do best. So come down there prepared for a fight, because it's going to be one heck of a fight.
Whoa, you talking about a fight. Star War at 84 coming in there with Lawler and Ron going against Neidhart and Rude. Also Ito and the Animal against Yamamoto and Wilhoit and others.